Hmm. I don't know the other one here. Oh, Abe, how are you?
Hashem, how are you? Are you going to Toronto for Yontif?
I'm sorry?
Are you going to Toronto for Yontif?
No, we're going to New York.
New York. Okay.
Do you have a connection to Toronto?
Yeah, I used to live there for most of my life.
Really? You're
Yeah,
born there?
I was born there. Yep.
Really? I had no idea.
Sure.
My wife will be very excited. She loves the people from Toronto. I
No,
think
I
she's
know. I know
yeah,
her.
yeah, yeah.
I know her. I know her
Yeah.
sister. I mean, her sister used to live in my
Really?
neighborhood. Yeah.
No kidding. In uh-huh. Well, not Thornhill, but it's in Toronto.
Yeah. Just south of North. I still know.
Where did you live? What street? What major street? I mean, I know
On
Lawrence.
Fisherville. Fisherville.
Oh, no kidding. I know exactly where that is. You live
Yeah,
very
so it's
close there.
around the corner from
Yeah,
your
around the corner. It's on Twin Circle.
correct. Correct.
No kidding. Hello, Norm. How are you?
I'm good, Yaakov. How are you?
Oh, gosh, I'm very well.
Good.
I think probably people are late from shul because it's getting late
Yeah.
and later and later.
7:50.
I mean, we dive in
7:10.
at seven
Yes.
ten,
Yeah.
7:10, so we're
7:10.
done. Yeah, you too.
Yeah.
Okay. Where everybody is. There's Mario.
Hello,
Oh, Mario, how are you?
good. How are you?
Baruch Hashem, very well.
Jacob, let me ask you something. I was walking yesterday next to the Young Israel Century City,
Yeah,
and it says Rob Isaac Yellin. Any relation to you?
I don't think so.
Oh,
Never heard of it.
okay.
I don't think so.
I think the actual shul has the name of that rabbi.
Really?
Yeah, I never realized that, but because I know you now, and I saw
Yeah.
the signs, I have to ask Jacob.
Yes, yes, yes. There's Rachel David Yellen in Israel. There's David Yellen Teachers Kaddish. But,
No,
I don't think they're
this
related.
is. Did I say David or Isaac? One of them. I don't remember now exactly.
Well,
And
David
then
is a
we're
famous, he was a
and then we have the
famous,
Treasury Secretary.
yeah, she spells it Ian, and I know for a fact she's not related because my grandson wrote to her, got her email address and wrote to her, and she was very nice. She wrote back about what city in Europe her parents came from, and it's clear we're not related. So anyway, it's
I
interesting.
really don't want to be related to her.
Yeah, she spells it Ian, we spell IN, although that's not determinative.
Hmm.
Hyla Abe, he says he knows you. Abe is from Toronto. I didn't know that.
Abe, where's that
Kaplan,
from?
Abe
Which one?
Kaplan.
right here. Yeah.
Abe
Grew up in Toronto.
Kaplan.
Knows your sister,
Why?
Fisherville. Who lived on Fisherville. Yeah, that's right. He's right around the corner from Susie.
Very much.
Hmm.
I'm trying to do my best. I just wait.
Yep,
I found my calendar.
very good. There's Ernie.
Mm-hmm.
Good evening, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
I think we left off on 192.
Yes.
Yes.
Shechianu upon seeing a friend. As mentioned above, Shechianu is recited not only upon receiving milestones on the calendar and upon acquiring new things, it's also recited upon hearing good news. In this vein, the Gemara in Masechta Brachos states that Shechianu is occasioned by seeing a friend for the first time in 30 days. Amir Shaben Levi, Aros Chaver Lachar Shoshim Yom Oimer, Baruch Shechianu B'Kimar V'Gen Azman Hazeh. Lachar 12 Chodesh, Omer Baruch B'Chayim Mesim. The Tosfos, as well as the Rosh, explains that this is not true of every friend, but rather only in the case of a very dear friend, whom a person is particularly happy to see. Arel Chaver Achar Shoshim Yom Omer Shechianu, Omeri. Davka Chaver Achaviv Olav, Aval Be'inyan Acher Lo. Shulchan Aruch accepts this qualification. Aros Chavero, Lachar Shloshim Yom Omer Shechianu. V'achar Yud Beis Chodesh Mevorach B'Chayim Mesim. V'hu shechaviv alav harbe v'samech b'riyaso. But as Rav Shlomo Zalman Auerbach explains, many people today are no longer accustomed to reciting Shechianu in this context. Many other recent poskim also approve of this more lenient practice, meaning not to say the bracha, including the Aruch HaShulchan, the Kaf HaChaim, the Brisker Rav Yitzchak Zev Soloveitchik. Rav Soloveitchik explains his reticence based on the fact that we do not know who is defined as an especially good friend. Says the Halicha Shlomo, which is Shlomo Zalman Auerbach, Bizmanenu, Ein noagim levarach al riyas pnei chaver. It's not our minhag today. B'tachein shatamu kiven shebrachos zenoheget rakim hu be'emet samech bo. The bracha is really only recited when he's truly happy. V'im kein bizmanenu yesh lachos sheb'nei animus. Either because of politeness, or you might think that a person's going to say the shechon just for other reasons. He's afraid, or just because of etiquette. And really, it's not appropriate, and therefore, berchasa televatala. Mishum kachein mevarchim. Ki mi yomar zichisi mechanuf u'memor bas v'dam. That I am innocent of flattery of people. That means by saying Shechianu, you're sort of flattering the person. And again, maybe not, you're not doing it for the L'Shem Shamayim.
I don't understand the fear. Get the one that it's politeness, but what is this? I fears his friend? That it like, I don't, if he's not going to say it, his friend's going to hit him. I don't get that one.
Hmm.
Like he's a mafioso guy. You're not really a good friend, but you're sort of tuchaslecking.
Okay. Okay. I Baruch Hashem, I don't have any such friends. But okay, I guess if you do. Yeah.
We just had in the Gemara and Baba Metzia a whole sugya that if there's a very wealthy, strong person that people are afraid.
Rav Mari, no?
Rav Mari Bar Yisrael, correct. Where normally if somebody claimed he was his brother and wanted half of his assets, and normally in such a case, the person who's requesting money from the person would have to bring the proof. But because of the svara that if he brings witnesses to say that he's his brother, these witnesses are afraid to testify because the guy's like a mafiosi. So the burden of proof goes to the mafia guy, and he has to bring proof that the guy's not his brother. It's a very strong presumption there. That's switched, right?
No, I get that. I think I even remember that Gemara a little bit, but I mean,
Yeah.
Shlomo Zalman is talking about Man Hazed. I mean, do we have such?
Right.
It's possible, yeah.
Okay. Although Shechianu is no longer recited routinely, upon seeing a friend for the first time in a long while, Rav Shlomo Zalman concedes that the bracha should be recited in rare cases. And this is also confirmed in the Piskei Tshuvos. Omnam ba'ofanim yotzim min haklal, in an exceptional case, noagim gam hayom levarech kagon shayach haver hakarav or rabo aviv, very close friend or a teacher or his father, achiv ubona b'matzav shel sakana machmas choili or yinacher. They were in danger. They were in illness. He hadn't seen them. After 30 days. So, even if he got letters from him, or he was given regards, that you would, in these cases, you would recite the Shechianu. During the first few months of the COVID-19 crisis, Poskim discussed whether a person should recite Shechianu upon seeing friends or loved ones for the first time after they were separated by illness or isolation. Some poskim, such as Rav Shlomo Aviner, wrote that in such situations, one would recite Shechianu, either because it's similar to the ruling of Shlomo Zalman in the previous source, or since some hold that one should always recite Shechianu if not seeing people for 30 days, even in modern times. The Mishnah Berurah cites a dispute with respect to one who has been in contact with a friend via letters, but is seeing the person for the first time in 30 days. The Mishnah Berurah rules that a person should not say the bracha. It should be noted that all these sources were written before most people had even telephones. The halachic position regarding letters would apply to those in contact via phone, email, WhatsApp, and other modern methods of communication. So if you're in touch with people electronically, you would not say the Shechianu if you physically see him after 30 days. Other authorities question this, maintain Shechianu would still be recited. Okay. This is the shaila about the corona. This is Rav Shlomo Aviner. Sheila Mishalat Chaveriyot Mishal Shemya Mishum Negef Corona. You had not seen your friend for 30 days because of corona. Should they say Shechianu? Ma'im dibru b'telephone and ra'u echad et hasheni b'Zoom. They were in touch by Zoom or telephone. Tshuva. Aval yesh poskim shekosvu shelo nagim levarach bracha zu mishum siba shonot. Some poskim have said already that we don't say this bracha. Ach kamar achronim rabim kein kasvu levarach, but there are other achronim who say yes. V'chein katav Maran Rav Kook in Olat Re'iyah. V'ani adal, that means my humble opinion, ra'iti tamidei chachamim, v'anshe ma'aser rabim shekaimu din zeh, who did make a bracha bercha shechianu b'mor panim al chavreim. Lachein b'ofen pashut yesh levarach al mi shechaviv alav, v'chein nifsak b'shut yichavedas by Rav Ovadia Yosef. V'afilu fi poskim hamonim levarach bracha zu, even those poskim who do not say it, he maskim levarach al karv mishpacha, they would agree to say it on a karov relative, achrei matzav shel sakana, after somebody is released from danger. V'agon Rav Yaakov Moshe Charlap, he was the Talmid Muvik of Rav Kook. Birach shechianu al b'no b'choro k'shechazar me'Amerika achrei zman musha. His son returned from America after a long time, and he made that bracha. Hagon Rav Shlomo Zalman Auerbach al b'no k'shechazar me'Belgia la'aretz la'achar shana. That Rav Shlomo Zalman made the bracha for his son when his son came back from Belgium after a year. Similar approach was taken by Rav Yitzchak Yosef, Rav Ovadia Yosef's son. In this view, even today, a person should always recite Shechianu after not seeing a dear friend for more than 30 days, if one is truly excited to see them. There's, by the way, the footnote, Rav Yaakov Moshe Charlap is a Talmud Muk of Rav Kook. His eldest son, Rav Yechiel Michal Charlap, moved to the United States, served as a rabbi in the Bronx and elsewhere. Rav Yechiel Michal's son, Rav Zvulun Charlap, is the former dean of Reitz in Yeshiva University. Says Rav Yitzchak Yosef, Kishachozrim Yeshiva, when you come back to Yeshiva after a long time away, Olavadal Pokshim B'Chaver, Miyuchad, a special friend, the Samech B'Yatoim, Yeshal Alavak Shechianu. Rav Yitzchak was asked, do you say Shechian? Ulama Mayen B'Achronim Yireh, somebody who looks in the Achronim, Lagabi Bircha Shechian, Aval B'Shekibel V'Imenu Miktavim, V'Shamav Mitov Shlomo B'Tok Shloshim Yom, even if he got letters, he had got regard, he still should say Shechianu when you see each other after 30 days. Hearing over the phone is not like seeing somebody. If you see somebody after 30 days, these palus, these rakshus, there's excitement, emotion.
So when do you say it?
Machlokas haposkim. We see it looks like the Sephardic poskim say to say it. Rav Shlomo Zalman said it's usually not the minhag to say it these days.
No, but when do you say it?
When you see the
Well,
person,
so when you just
right
see
when
him?
right when you see the person. Others, such as Rav Osher Weiss, ruled that one should not recite Shechianu even in cases where one recovered from a serious illness or was in isolation for a lengthy period. Similar to the widespread custom not to recite Shechianu today upon seeing a friend after 30 days. Even if you're in communication electronically, those that say to say the Shechianu, you say it nonetheless. According to those who say you don't say it, it's particularly because since you're in touch with them, you don't have to say it. It absolves you from saying it. One more essential topic related to the bracha of Shechianu, childbirth. The Gemara in Brachas 59b and the Shulchan Aruch, the recitation of a bracha upon hearing the birth of a child is an old convention. However, the exact contemporary practices in this regard differ from community to community, and some do not recite this bracha. The Pninei Halacha, Rav Melamed, writes that the brachas are recited. In the passage below, he addresses the difference between the birth of a son and that of a daughter, discusses whether relatives and friends may also recite the bracha when learning of the birth, and offers a current overview of these halachos. Aleidas ben mevarchim atov v'meitiv, which we said is like when you inherit money. We also said atov v'meitiv is when it's multiple people. Shechianu is singular, and since this happiness is both for the father and the mother, the most appropriate bracha is atov v'meitiv. When the father is not at the wife's side, if the father sees the son, sees a daughter for the first time, Yivarchu Shechianu. If he didn't make the bracha when he first saw her, if they're happy and emotional, Rav Melamed adds here that a grandparent or other close relative may also recite the bracha if they so choose when seeing the baby for the first time, if they experience tremendous simcha. And
I don't understand if they experience tremendous simcha. I mean, could it be otherwise? There are gradations in simcha when you see the grandchild for the first time. I mean, all of us know that that's not the case.
right,
I don't get the point.
So Rav Shlomo Zalman, Rav Nissim Karelitz, Rav Chaim Kanievsky disagree that the grandparents should not recite it. Then Ayoledes Tavarich Mispara Gimachra Leda. The woman who gives birth should say Shechianu a few minutes or moments after the birth. Kishi Itosheshma, when she's a little stronger and she's covered appropriately. Tamachiluk bein ben labas, shaben chayv l'chabed l'sei laharav tami. What's the difference between a son and a daughter? A son has a chiyuv to honor his parents all the time. The gan imiya nasui, even if he's married. Umetupal biladim has his own little children. Emitztarchu arav Ezra, if his parents need help, yechav l'tapel behem l'sadam. He has an obligation to help them. Ulamato abat, in contradistinction, the daughter, kasher Ezra lo harim min nageshet b'tzorchei bal v'ladea, comes into conflict with a daughter's service to her husband and children. Harehi p'tura me'echol v'slazor lo, she's potter from the mitzvah because she's oitzik b'mitzvah, potter b'mitzvah. Ukvar lamanu b'alach gimel, shebirchas atov ha'meiti tluya b'atavatz muchashit. It's when both parties have a benefit. That's why the son gets the atov ha'meiti. Efshagam lomar shaharalav atov ha'meiti. The psak to say the atov ha'meiti is basal matzav ha'chevrati. The socioeconomic situation kalkali lefiv leidat ben simcha me'od is a very great joy. Ve'ilu leidat panot pachot simcha. The birth of daughters involve less joy. I don't know why they came up with that. Socioeconomic situation? That's like in China, where they tear their hair out if they had a daughter. I guess because the son will go to work.
He explains it in the next. He explains it in the next sentence.
They explain it.
Vilu leidat banot pachot simcha v'lachen afilu shechianu lo birchu. Sheken li'itim orim shayu lehem banot rabot savlu cherpat ra. Families that had a lot of daughters had hunger. I guess they had to put money away for a nadin, and therefore they lost all their money. So he now says that for today, for parents who have the same simcha, joint simcha for a daughter, like a son, then they both would say atov ha'meiti for both. Ulama haram mekubelet shegam mamshicha tamasor v'gam mivatat et hasimcha leidat habat. The accepted ruling is to say shechianu only. If you shechataf yilamalo, often asmechim b'leidat bat lo pachot miben. But if you are having simcha as great for a daughter as for a son, Rishonim, they're allowed to do it. Okay. Any questions before we move on, or comments?
To 13 now.
I don't understand
go-
why. I don't understand why Shlomo Zalman, the others of Nissim Karla, etc., why they hold that grandparents or other close relatives are not permitted to recite the bracha when seeing a grandchild for the first time. I don't get the reasoning.
Because they think it's probably a bracha levatala, because they're not sure it meets the criteria of the Gemara, because there's a source in the Gemara about the parents, about a child. So Rav Melamed is going like you, where it's based on emotion. If the parents have a happy emotion, the grandparents certainly have a happy emotion, and maybe they're more concerned that it doesn't meet the criteria to say the bracha b'shem u'malchus.
I would think grandpas have more of a happy, they're happier. No
Susie
pain.
says they're even happier than the parents. and the
I agree with
grandparents.
Susie. I agree with Susie. We all agree.
No pain. It's like at the beginning.
No pain,
Parents,
no pain, all the
Only-
gain. That's what Susie
right?
said.
The parents think about what they have to do to raise the child and all the the difficulties of Tsar Gidel Banan. Grandparents don't think about that. They think about the pure joy of having a grandchild. I think it's a greater simcha, actually.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh well.
none of them are alive anymore to ask them. I was in contact with Shlomo. So I did ask a question. I mean, we could go ask him. He's not alive. Neither is Rav Kanievsky. I don't know about Rav Karelitz. Okay. Page 213. Brachos on thunder and lightning. As we have discussed before,
Not the eclipse.
Susie asked about the eclipse. There's no bracha on an eclipse. In fact, the Gemara had it as a bad omen, that it was laka, and the shemesh was laka, was struck, an eclipse. It's bad tidings. On the other hand, some people said it was good because people used to worship the sun, and by showing that the sun is not all powerful, it can be blotted out. It was a good thing because it was Mavatal Avodah Zarah. But there's no bracha recited on it. You were going to say something, Yaakov?
Yes, I saw that there was a machlokus about a bracha, whether there's a bracha on eclipse. Mark talked about it in his Monday night shir. Yeah, I think Rav Wosner says that he's doubtful about it, but yeah, in this forum blog there was something about it too. So some people believe you do make a bracha on an eclipse, but anyway.
Okay, we'll see whether we touch upon that. As we have discussed before, a bracha provides a formal but brief means to relate to regular and irregular phenomena that a person may encounter in recognition that everything comes from Hashem and reflects his creation and his will. In accordance with this model, Chazal scripted many brachot, which describe the fascination and might of natural phenomena. In this shir, we will study principles which relate to reciting brachas of this kind, as well as the bracha recited upon Jewish graves, which also addresses a person's response to a moving sight. Among the most commonly recited brachos upon sights and sounds are the brachos recited upon witnessing thunder and lightning. Strikingly, however, the Mishnah in Masechta Brachos indicates that there's only one bracha for both thunder and lightning. Ala zikin, v'ala zavos, zavos is earthquakes, v'ala re'emim is thunder, ala ruchos is like hurricane, v'ala brokim is lightning, oimer, baruch shekocho ugvurato malei olam. Blessed is he whose strength and power fill the world. Al he'arim alagvaot. If you see Mount Everest, whatever is considered an extraordinary mountain, hills, ala yomim, oceans, ala naros, rivers, vala midbaros, omer baruch osa brachis. In light of this mission, it would seem that the bracha on thunder and lightning is shekocho gvuraso malei olam. But the Gemara says it's not the case. Ale arim valagvos. You say oisa ma'aser brachis. Otu kolani damor nar. That means everything else that we mentioned. Kolani damor nar hashta, the lightning. Lav ma'aser brachis dinu. V'aksiv brokim l'motor also, that Hashem made it. Amar Abaye kroch v'tani, combine the two statements. And Rava Amar Hasum Avarich Tarti, by the Re'emim and the over lightning and thunder, you make two brachos. Brach shekocha malei olam ve'osei ma'aser brachis.
No Shem
And
Malchus.
what was that?
No Shem Malchus. Just
Yes,
Baruch.
yes. We're talking about Shem and Malchus. It's just they're just abbreviating for the Gemara just abbreviated it. And hacha for mountains, ma'aser brachis ikka kocha malei olam leka. So that's the Gemara. So the simple understanding of the Gemara is that one recites two brachos over lightning and thunder, according to both Rav and Abaye. However, the Rashba and Rishonim explain that you recite one of the two brachos. Rashba quotes Rava saying, "Asam avarch tarti hachoysim meiser breishis." Because on hills, by mountainous hills, it's only, excuse me, it's only meiser breishis, not koichel malayos. Excuse me. Perish Rav Hai Gon, Zeloshonim avarch tarti, achas mitarti kamer. The Rav Hai Gon explained Rava to mean one of the two. O shekochel malay olam, o osamais vibrations. Aval al harim lo matzim avar shekochel malay olam. Can't get away with one of the two by there because it doesn't fulfill that criteria. Kach kotzav Rambam, uvetosas nami kain pirshu. So how does the Shulchan Aruch rule? Ala brokim val reimim val ruchos shenish b'bazav, fierce winds, thunder and lightning. Akol echad meilu oimer, Abe, baruch atah Hashem Elokeinu mechalom, oisem meiser breishis. V'im yirtza oimer, baruch atah Hashem Elokeinu mechalom, shekochel gvroso malem. You have your choice. The Mishnah Berurah explains that while both these brachos are relevant to thunder and lightning, the brachos are not quite equivalent. And as thunder and lightning are often experienced with a small interval between them, one typically recites Osa Meiser Breishis upon lightning and Shekochel Gvroso upon thunder. Olam Noagil Uvarch Ala Brokim, when you see lightning, Osa Meiser Breishis, then a few seconds later, as the thunder rolls in, Valar Eim Shekochel Gvroso, V'chein Mistabir, Sha'ayidei Re'eim Nirek Gvroso Shel Kodesh Baruch Hu Yotem Ribarak. Hashem shows his greatness through thunder more than lightning. I'm not sure why, but Onam be'emet shach kol achas ba'brachos al shneim. Both brachos fit for both of them. V'akorchem shama barak v're'em ke'echad v'varach brachachas. If the lightning and the thunder come exactly at the same time, you make one bracha oisem meiser breishis al shneim. On both the thunder and light, you make one bracha. Also yotza, gam ken yotza, because of the way the Gemara and Shulchan Aruch brought it down. If they are not instantaneously consecutive, you make the bracha on the lightning. Obviously, light travels faster than sound, so we see the lightning before we hear the thunder. So he points out that you make the bracha oisem meiser breishis on the lightning. V'achar kach ala re'ein, when you hear the thunder, you say shekochel gvroso malay olam. Uadin im lo rasa barak. V'shama kol re'ein ubirch alav shekochel gvroso malay olam. If he did not see the lightning, but he heard the thunder, and he recited the bracha of kochel gvroso, o shebirch oisem meiser breishis, when he heard the thunder, he hadn't seen the lightning. But 2 minutes later, Ra Bara, B'varchalav Gamkin, Oisem Meiser Breishis. V'ayin b'shari tshuva shekozu b'shem abirkas Yosef, dim berchalav barak v'niskav lifto ha're'em, abo akrav yotza b'di'evet. If when you said the bracha Oisem Meiser Breishis on the lightning, and you had kavana for the thunder as well, you're yotza b'di'evet. V'rtzon aloyma dachresh teva bria, that it's the natural process, that with the lightning you have the thunder. It covers the bracha that you made, covers the eventual thunder. On a stormy day, there may be a great number of lightning and thunder strikes. I'll never forget, my sister and I accompanied my mother back to Frankfurt on Main. After 60 years, she hadn't been there. The municipality invites refugees based on when they graduated from high school. My mother was 85, I think, when we took her back. She didn't want to go, but we sort of forced her, and we had a 2-week time. This was at the end of June. I saw the most unbelievable thunder and lightning for hours. It went on it was like the fairy tales, the Grimm brothers, like in the forest, unbelievable. We don't see that here in the United States. It just went on, thunder and light, or maybe you see it on the East Coast. I've never seen that in Los Angeles.
So I will tell you that Tampa, Florida is the lightning capital of the United States. Statistically, there's more lightning than any other place. I was in Tampa for Shabbos once. I had a trial there, and I was sitting with Sylvia Loshon, looking outside the window over the ocean. And it's like what you're describing, but I've
show.
never seen for over an hour. Lightning continued. It just never stopped. I've never seen anything like it since. So I know what you're talking about.
Listen to this. We were on a train from, there's a town near Frankfurt called Wiesbaden. I think the military, the American Army was there at one point. It's like there are baths there. Wiesbaden. Our train got hit by lightning and it stopped. We had to get unloaded off the train and another train had to come and get us. Yeah. Okay.
Hope you made the bracha.
Okay. So on a stormy, yeah. So does a person repeat the brachos for every instant of lightning and thunder? So the Yerushalmi discussed it in brachos. Also, Rav Achav, Rav Chanir b'Shem Rav Yosi, in betordin diopa machas piam, if you're in a huge downpour and it's lightning and thunder coming, one bracha is enough. But let's say it stopped for a while and then comes up again, you'd make another bracha. The Rosh elaborates on this Yerushalmi, that one only recites the second bracha if the sky clears entirely and then rainfall returns. Perish Tordin, Shalom Nispaz Rabin Bein Time, that the clouds haven't dissipated in between. Mafsikin Nispaz Rabin Bein Time. Chalid Rav Yossi ben Miradai Yoshe b'chanut shel boyson. He sat in a market of perfume a whole day. Kol hayom. Ein mevarach la'achas, aval im haya nichnas v'yotz mevarach kol pam v'pam. There is a concept of making a bracha when you smell a good spice. So if you sit in a spice shop a whole day, you make one bracha. If you go in and out, in and out, in and out, you make a bracha every time you come in and out. So the Shulchan Aruch rules the same way. Okay, 1 second. One second.
Is it?
It's okay.
See? It's not letting up. Yeah.
Okay. If you had thunder and lightning, and then it keeps on coming, and the clouds have not dissipated, niftar b'bracha achas, one bracha will cover. Nispazru ben barak lebarak ben re'em, the re'em tzarich lachzor v'ach. If the clouds scattered, and then they came back, and then you had more lightning and thunder, you'd have to make the bracha again. Mishnah Berurah, v'davka echad shamayim nitaru. That's if the sky got completely clear. V'zach legamri ben barak lebarak, between lightning and lightning. V'achar kach is kadru shamayim. Then only later on, the skies got dark again. Ba'avim v'shama od kol re'em u'barak, and he heard another thunder and lightning. Tzarich levarch mechadash aleihem. He has to do a new bracha. Davim milsachad, it's a new thing. Aval hechash nispazru avim v'yadei ruach echad heina v'echad heina, but the wind blew one cloud a little bit this way and that way, but the sky is heavily clouded. As niftar kol yedei bracha rishona, the first bracha will cover you. Vein tzarich lachzor levarach mechadash. Umashmer b'yusham d'davka boso yom. That's the same day. Aval b'yom acher, no matter what, if let's say you heard the sky's never cleared, and on Monday you heard thunder and lightning, you make the bracha. If you heard again on Tuesday, make another bracha. It's day by day. Most of these rulings are also accepted by the Sephardic poskim. The Yalkut Yosef writes that although one may recite two brachos on thunder and lightning, it's preferable to include both thunder and lightning in a single bracha. He also notes that a bracha on thunder and lightning may be recited in between the paragraphs of Kriyat Shema. You're davening in shul, and in between the parshios, you have windows in the shul, and you see thunder and lightning. You can make the bracha in between. He says you should, that's the preferable bracha. You can say it as well. If you see lightning, he should wait until he hears the thunder. That's how the Sfardim learn. The Piskei Tshuva notes that one recites the bracha upon lightning even if one only saw the illumination of the light without seeing the lightning bolt. The Piskei Tshuva also discusses whether one recites two brachos when seeing lightning and hearing thunder nearly simultaneously, as well as some of the other details. Kol shoro es habarak, es habazak, that's lightning, es habezek haor. I mean, you see the sky flash. Shelabarak mevarach aleh, that you make a bracha on that. Av bishlarata marab abarak atzma bein anei. You didn't see the bolt. Valu bishatok kedei brachos al habarak. Even he starts making the bracha. Baruch atah Hashem. For hischil lishmarem, you begin to hear the thunder. Even in the middle of the bracha, he should yisayim a bracha la barak. He should finish that bracha on the lightning. Va'achar kach, im adayin toch kedei dibur ligmar shmiyas ha're'im yivarach l're'im. If you're still within a close period of time, toch kedei dibur, which is the time to say shalom aleichem Rabbi. That means toch kedei dibur, and it's not farther in time beyond when you stopped hearing the thunder, you're okay. Let's say you see the lightning and you had not started the bracha yet. Then you hear the thunder, then you make the one bracha on both of them. Mr. Burr said to say Oysa Meister Brachis on both of them. But that if you said Koichoi, you'd also be Yotzei, just reminding everybody. Uve Mishnah Berurah, Umashma B'Yushalmi Didavke Bosu Yom. We said the question about do you repeat a bracha on the same day? That's all on the same day. But clearly, if it's the next day, you would make a new bracha. But kavanah is a ke'ein birchas Torah. Just like we make one birchas Torah in the morning, you do it again the next day. Sheshenas kava b'layla hi agoremes lefsek. By going through a sleep at night, that creates a hefsek. Lachen kozman shelo holach lishan. If he stayed up all night, like Tikkun Leil Shulas, afilu birech zman rab koydem laken, even you made the original bracha 10 hours early. He gone birech b'boker shelo yom. He made the bracha in the morning. V'achshav mu'ucher b'toch halayla, and now it's very late. Lo yivarach shuv, as long as shalom yispaz ravim. V'afilu yoshan shinas kva b'tzrayim, even if he took a nice long 2-hour nap in the afternoon. V'rak lachar shinas kva b'layla, and then he also went to sleep at night, at least half an hour. Kol hachapol chatzi sha'ah v'lamita. V'varach shuv ala brokim v'arimim, you would make a new bracha. Afal pi shadayin lo ala amud hashachar. The Mishnah Brura discusses heat lightning, lightning without thunder, which was thought to be generated by the heat in the air, but not by storm clouds. The Mishnah Brura rules that a person would refrain from reciting a bracha upon heat lightning, because it's not the lightning for which the bracha was prescribed. In order to avoid reciting a bracha upon this heat lightning, some have adopted the practice to refrain from reciting any bracha at all upon lightning, until also hearing thunder, thus confirming that the lightning is standard lightning. However, contemporary meteorology has dismissed the notion of heat lightning. When someone sees a distant flash of lightning, but did not hear the thunder, it's merely because the stride of lightning is visible at a greater distance than the clap of thunder may be heard. Light travels 186,000 miles a second. Sound travels 700 miles a second. So you may be, in a place where you certainly see the lightning, but you might not hear the thunder. Many contemporary poskim write that this is the accepted custom. What was this for on?
You don't have to hear that. You don't have to see the bolt itself.
But not to see the bolt.
To know how many miles.
Since most people experience the power of
Okay.
nature, even by seeing the light caused by the lightning alone. That's the Mincha Shlomo, meaning Shlomo Zalman, the Tzitz Eliezer, Eliezer Vad, Emes Liakov. There is an opinion of Moshe Levi that you have to see the bolt. Okay. What about the timing? Must the bracha be recited immediately after witnessing the lightning? What if a person is unable to recite the bracha in the first moment? You're in the bathroom. If you can get out within that short period of time, yotza, v'im lav lo yotza. So what does the Shulchan Aruch say? He need not hurry to exit. I don't know what that means. Does that mean he can say the bracha later? He's not clear. So on this basis of this ruling, because it was not clear, some Acharonim maintain that the blessing must be recited within Toch Kedei Dibur, of hearing the thunder, and otherwise you don't make it. However, the Taz understood the Shulchan Aruch that one need not recite the bracha of seeing the lightning or hearing the thunder within Toch Kedei Dibur. Rather, the Shulchan Aruch is ruling that one only has an obligation to exit the restroom to recite the bracha if one can do so within Toch Kedei Dibur. Otherwise, no obligation to exit and recite the bracha exists. I guess you finish your business and you miss the bracha. Nearly deina shir shel bracha Toch Kedei Dibur v'achar shir zeh lo yivarech. And then after that time, you're not supposed to. Imkin haya leb loimer shir zel ikar adin the shir bracha b'zeh hay Toch Kedei Dibur. El devade achar shir Toch Kedei Dibur gam ken tzarich levar kol she'efshar lo. Even after Toch Kedei Dibur, you would make the bracha if he can. Like b'shar brachas kagon le'inin roy elonos. El kanam le'inin chiyuv alav latzeis. You have a chiyuv to get out of there. L'mahir levad. B'zeh chilkum hu Toch Kedei Dibur lo. Although the Taz use this as a halacha specifically related to the bathroom, the Mishnah Berurah writes that most Achronim disagree with the Taz. Perush Yimar Latzeis Mishum Kadesh Lo Yafsid HaBracha. The Shulchan Aruch said to go get out of the bathroom quickly so you don't lose the bracha. Aval mitarech yoter michdei dibur. But if you spend too much time in the bathroom, it's beyond the toch kadei dibur to belavachi kvar avar adman. Ein tzarich shuv l'man. The time is when you can recite the bracha has passed. There's no need to hurry. Mikol ze nishma. The shir bracha shal re'im and bracha mutavka b'chdei dibur. The Mishnah Berurah says we see clearly from here that the criteria to make this bracha for lightning and thunder is it's got to be toch kedei dibur when you hear it. V'imavar yoter michdei dibur me'eit shira barak or shamareim shuv lo yivarich al re'em u'barak zeh. You should not make a bracha on that one. Wait till the next one, and then do it quickly. B'tam ze'echad asa trocha. If you went to the bathroom and not told yada v'shama kol re'em or barak yivarich metchil al re'em barak v'achakach yomer asher yotzer. You should make the bracha on the thunder and lightning, and then asher yotzer. V'da'od d'stam yadayim, da'aynu she'eni yodea imhem l'chol chochim sheres l'bracha. If you're a suffix, whether your hands are dirty or not, they're considered fit to make a bracha. In the Sharat Tziyun, the Chofetz Chaim explains his ruling in the Mishnah Berurah, according to which he adopts Toch Kedei Dibur universally and ignores the position of the Taz. The Chemed Moshe V'Nar Shalom, these are all Achronim, B'chaya Adam, all hold the Lo Taz. Gab Pri Magorim Mefakbek, I love the Pri Magorim argued with the Taz. Vavsha Mogen Gibor Mitzadi Ke'ataz, Sovek Brachas Lahakel. We're always lenient by bracha, so we don't make the bracha if it's beyond Toch Kedei Dibur. Another case in which one's hands might not be clean is when one is suddenly awakened by a clap of thunder in the middle of the night. And Yadayim are Askoniosim, your hands, we assume, touched parts of your body that are not clean. So what do? You hear thunder at night in bed. You woke up. You don't have time to wash your hands. Make the bracha. Or it's hard for him to get up. Be'ishun laila, it's dark. So yishav sheif yadav b'smicha. You should rub your hands on the cover. And you should make the bracha of toch kedei dibur. Okay. This is a good place to stop, because we'll deal with other wonders of nature later on. And we'll go from there. Any questions, comments, or aros?
I was always taught in yeshiva that you make two brachas, kocha grosim aleolam on the thunder and osam asabarashis on the lightning. So you make the two distinct brachas.
Right. The Mishnah Berurah tonight said you can make one and for both. And he said if you made the shekocho only one, and I don't think he said it was a problem to make both.
No, I don't think so either. Just said that you can if you want to, but
Yeah, you don't have to. Okay, any other questions? So otherwise, everybody have a good week. And we will gather next Tuesday, same time, same station.
All right.
well, good night, Shkark, everyone be well. We'll talk.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Interesting.